And here we go. We are live for episode 25 of the Super Duper Dreamland in Oxygen Not Included. Welcome to the stream, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Hopefully we can have a pretty good stream today in terms of making progress. So once again, I just give me 1 moment. Just gonna take a sip of water off camera here. Okay, I apologize for that. Hey, Sigmund. Welcome to the stream, Sigmund. How are you tonight? Or good morning to you, wherever you may be. How was your Friday, Sigmund? So what we're going to try to do in this stream is... okay, obviously we're waiting for this minor volcano to be active in 20 cycles. And then there's probably going to be like a pressurizing period as well. So maybe like 25 cycles is more realistic. We have to try to fix this. That's going to be pretty easy. My plan for that is to just build a liquid lock. So I've already kind of pre-built. I'm going to close this area off. Basically, dig in here, build a liquid lock to get in, and build some ladders to go down. And we'll just have a permanent liquid lock. Maybe we'll utilize this. Maybe we'll change this into a... sorry, Google started. I don't know how I triggered Google there, but maybe we'll change this to something like that, where we're just taking the steam and sending it directly into here. We do have to figure this out because this is overpressure or overflowing now, and that's a pretty easy solution. The reason why that is overflowing is because we're constantly, well, first of all, we're taking water from up here, which I hope I'm filtering. Yes, I am. I am filtering, in fact. And there's no germs in it, hopefully. Good, good, good. So not only are we taking water from there, but we are also taking the steam from this cool steam vent and pumping it into here as well. And that's causing us to get backed up. So I have a sensor in here. It's Saturday morning in Thailand. Well, thank you so much for joining me from Thailand. I really appreciate you spending your Saturday morning here, and welcome. So I have a sensor here, and this is like oh, someone's trapped already. Well, you know what, Ellie, like I think you should be able to get yourself out of that one. Does Ellie not have any skills to dig? I guess not. I probably did not give any. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's easy. Okay, beds, that's Ellie. Okay. So, where was I? So the way this kind of works is, I don't know if I've went over this or I kind of just did it off screen. Sometimes I do things off screen just that I don't think are too interesting in between streams. I have an overflow sensor here, and when this is sending a green signal, it's supposed to open this valve. So instead of the water going through here and being cooled and ready to be sent into my main water chamber for my base, it just bypasses and it goes into my water reservoir. So where we're running into issues is that currently this geyser is also active, and this geyser is not going to be dormant for another 18 cycles. And in that period of time, this is not going to be dormant for 28 cycles. So we're producing too much water, and I'm just going to so I've pre-built some piping to bypass all that. Hopefully my duplicants can get on that pretty quickly. So even though we have so much water and I don't really, let's say don't really care to stockpile anymore, like in terms of for getting to the end of the game, I do want to do that because I just think it just seems like such a waste to not do it. And someone is still... Okay, Ellie's sort of making her way. Hey, Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown says, happy Friday, Ethan Plays, and everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, Kevin Brown. Just kind of going over kind of like a little pre-stream kind of thing. I know the stream's kind of going technically, so it's not a pre-stream, but... Before I actually start playing, just kind of going over what's going on. Sean Monahan, hey Ethan, just popping by quickly to say I can't join the stream tonight, but I'll be watching the VOD later. Well, thank you so much for your support as always, Sean, and I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. It means a lot to me just for you to come by and say hello. And I hope that you have a great night or morning, and that I hope you enjoy the VOD later. So thank you so much, as always. Oh, is this Ellie again? Yeah, Ellie's. Oh, Ellie can't even. Actually, this has got to be done too, huh? All right, well, let's kind of do this. Hey, Kevin Brown, I got the blueprint mod. I really enjoy it, so I see what all the hype is about with the blueprint mod now. That's a great suggestion. Thank you so much for. At least should be able to build that. So yeah, I totally get what this is all about. So it's kind of funny. I just had like a little liquid lock set up. I was experimenting with it, and yeah, it is pretty cool. I like it. I'm sure there's like way more elaborate ways to use it, so you don't have to try to remember stuff like this. Having said that, though, I think it's for someone like me who, let's say, doesn't do a petroleum boiler often. I think the blueprints is definitely a great addition. So I don't have to try to remember every single time. But I think it's also helpful to constantly iterate on designs if possible. Yeah, and set valves and set building settings before you build them too. I'll have to play around with it for sure, and see, what the full potential of it. Right now, I'm only scratching the surface. As you can see, I only have one thing set up in there. Yeah, this is blueprints expanded also. Yeah, so I guess there's no way to just no like show mod screen or whatever as far as this goes. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what the plan is for today. It's been about 7 minutes now, so let's just get into the game. Sort of went over what I wanted to accomplish. So hopefully my duplicants are working on this. This is great. This is getting, we're having some problems here, but that's because I put in that the bridge. The bridge is going to be important just for aesthetic purposes, because I don't like having like a bridge and then no bridge. So I decided I'm going to delete this bridge that goes vertically, and I am going to have 2 horizontal bridges instead. And then both of those bridges are going to, well, one bridge is going to be for this water line, and the other one's going to be for the one coming from the geyser. And another thing that I want to work on before I get really far into the game is just kind of fixing this little lag. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the game, I think it's just doing too much processing right now with all, like, everything going on. Maybe with the, like, these guys probably are not helping out. And then I have a lot of just water everywhere. So I'm going to try to get stuff cleaned up and put away, mopped up, stuff like that, while we wait for this to start erupting. I also have to get rid of this. This is something that we discussed last stream. Han was in here last stream and told me I should just delete this gas with airlocks, which is, I think, a totally viable option, but I think I'm going to go a different route with that. And we'll go over that as soon as it's time, which actually it's probably time right now. So first of all, I have to just set up some provisions for what I want to have. Hey, 20 okay, 2089 10 8836. I think I got that. Thank you so much for the follow. I had to say that really quickly because it was going to disappear. Turn into sour gas my data banks, possibly, or maybe I have them on auto collection. I have an auto collection thing here, so they probably got stored. This is set to very high priority. Maybe they got turned into sour gas or something. I'm not too sure. But anyways, once we have access to petroleum, it shouldn't be too much of a... I mean, more petroleum than we do now. It should be okay, because we can research data banks in space with a much bigger rocket interior, and have maybe a couple duplicants on that mission. Or just longer duration in space. I haven't fully decided yet. I'm going to play around with the rocket tree. There's a lot that I have to refine. My rocket skills are not top tier, let's say. So, meteor shower. Okay, got it. So yeah, we're just gonna set some provisions up here for all this stuff. Gotta have some power for these doors. And what we're going to do is basically, I was thinking, put in maybe an ice temp shift plate or something in here, and then just release the gas and vacuum it out. I think that's the easiest thing to do. I know, like I said before I got distracted, Han was saying that we should be deleting this by crushing it. I didn't want to set up all that infrastructure. I'm just going to set up some temp shift plates and just kind of passively vacuum it out. I think it'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. And then also, if I'm doing that technique, then it's never going to be deleted fully, I don't think, because it will always have a little bit of lingering gases in here, because I need to vacuum it out at some point anyways. But regardless of that, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not too... Yeah, steel... Actually, I don't even think I'll need steel pump. But I'm going to build it out of steel, but I think it'll be cool enough. Because oxygen doesn't carry a lot of... Like, the specific heat capacity is just so low. Like, what is this? Yeah, it's like 1. It's basically nothing. So even if I have an ice temp shift plate, it should cool it down relatively easily. But I might put a couple extras as well. Maybe I'll put some diamonds. Diamonds, whatever temperature my diamond is should help cool it down as it is, I believe. But that's kind of the plan. We'll build it out of steel, just in case. I don't want to have to go back and fix it. That would be quite annoying. So we'll just do this. Let's go like that. It will turn into water, but if I just have one ice temp shift plate, I can easily mop it up. And I already have this floor here. And that's also the reason for this conduit of wire. Sorry, I called it a conduit. I have to be able to keep my duplicants from going in here. This is provisions for like future, just in case I have to get back in, which honestly is not the smartest idea, because if I have to come back in here, I'm going to have hot petroleum overflowing. Not the worst thing in the world. It just means that the cool petroleum that's in here and the hot petroleum will mix. I should probably build this one higher. They've already started delivering materials, so I might just leave it for now. Anyways, we'll build some temp shift plates. At least one out of ice. And I think a couple diamonds ought to do it. So that's kind of the plan. Hopefully it works out. Just make sure everything's out of obsidian, so these things don't melt. Granite melts at 600. Yeah, it's not, the polluted oxygen wouldn't heat up the granite anyways, I don't think. So I think we're okay. I think we are okay, as long as I don't spill the magma. Now, one thing that in my simulations that I did before the last stream that kind of messed me up was I'm pretty sure I can't start this boiler with crude oil in this slot. I don't know why it didn't work. It just seemed to work better when I only had 4 tiles worth of crude oil. So before we start, I might experiment with the startup process when this is finally active to see if it'll actually work with this much crude oil, or if I have to get rid of this one block. So that's going to be something to watch for when we start the petroleum boiler. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but I've had issues with overpressurizing here because the crude oil wasn't able to escape once this is turned into petroleum. So we'll see if that's the case. And yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll probably just do a save before, and then a save before we start it up, and then yeah, we'll figure that out. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, so we're basically waiting for our duplicants to finish all that right now. What else? Let's see if they have the water pipe finished. They do. So they have this. This can now be deleted. So this goes to here. That goes to there. This can be deconstructed. And then we'll just attach this pipe together like straight, and then we'll sever this connection and everything will go up the middle. This pipe, I mean, as referring that to the middle. We go like that, and then now we're trapped again. That's lovely. Okay, that's easy. Easy enough. I wish there was like a automation to fix that, or sorry, some sort of logic so the duplicates are not getting stuck in situations like that. That's pretty silly. What else do we have to do? So now this has to be severed here. Kind of a mess of piping, but you know what? It is what it is. Not that big of a deal. So now, yeah, everything should be good. We'll feed this into there. Boom. Now we have two separate ways of the piping going through. Also, we have to sever that. Hello, I clicked the wrong tool. Sever that, and then we can build the pipes this way. So, need to delete this liquid bridge. I hope that's the right one that I picked. Well, we're about to find out. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, it is. Okay. So now it looks a lot neater. I like that a lot better. And then we have water coming in from all angles. So that should solve our problem with the overflowing from the cool slush geyser. And basically we can just delete all these pipes. Don't need them anymore. Crude oil is now diverted, so that's fine. Take that out. I don't care about that. And yeah, everything seems to be okay at this point. See how it wasn't kind of... It's that lag that's going on? That's kind of annoying. Okay, so let's continue. We have to keep going on this. So this is unfortunately sort of backed up. So we're going to be putting our liquid lock here in order to get back into this area. So let's dig like so. And then we'll have to redesign this transit tube once again. We'll probably go up like this and then over. So we'll have to get rid of this ladder. And then just go straight into it. And then we'll put the liquid lock here. So what I want to do with that... Oh, I guess I can't... I suppose I can't do anything until this has been deleted. Let's just go ahead. I don't care about anything else, so let's see how this is going. Okay, so they got this complete. This can be locked up. We'll put the... This is just... It's already vacuumed out, so put an ice temp shift plate in here. Let's see if I do have ice. Okay, good. And as soon as they get this built, I need to open this up because I don't want this to start heating up with the ladders. I know it's going to probably start a little bit since it's making contact or whatever. I want this done, and then I want this immediately deconstructed. And then maybe deconstruct that as well. Maybe I'll put that on high priority. No. How about you finish the ice temp shift plate? I don't know why they would leave. I thought they were going to get it done. Deconstruct, put an order on there, and then put an order on those two. Have chain? No, I don't have the chain tool. Okay, here we go. Okay, now get out of here, please. Oh, a little bit did sneak in here. Oh, I should have saved just in case this caused a problem. Like a major problem, but... Okay, we got a little bit of steam. I don't really care about the steam too much. Hopefully it fixes itself. But unfortunately, we have a little bit of what's it called in here? Gases in here as well. So I didn't close the door fast enough. No problem. We'll vacuum that out before. Wouldn't be the first time I have to keep vacuuming stuff out. Okay, so it looks like the steam has sort of been either vacuumed out or just got cool enough as it made its way into this area to not end up on top of the volcano. So that should be all right. Yeah, got 60 degrees. This is very hot, but these temp shift plates should be okay in cooling it down. Just gotta make sure we get rid of everything, because now this is, yeah, it's kind of messed that up, didn't it? Oh well, we have 20 cycles to fix it. Didn't really go as planned. I should have saved and put a door in there, but my fault. I'm not going to redo that though. Okay, so let's keep going with this. Dig in here. And then we'll get rid of this too. This has been annoying me for a long time. There's everything here. Water, petroleum. I don't think my guys can mop that. Okay, and then let's go with the liquid lock. I could just go right in. Okan, bollocks. I love your video. So informative. Thanks for all the effort, Okan. Thank you so much for your kind comments. And thank you for joining the stream tonight. Yeah, this didn't work out the way I meant to. Oh well. Thank you so much, Okan, again. And I really appreciate you stopping by. It means a lot that you would come by and say hello tonight. I don't need this to be ceramic, I don't think. Oh, yeah, this is pretty... I mean, yeah, I probably should keep it ceramic... Or, sorry, insulated tile. I meant to say insulated tile. So... kind of do something like this, I think. Just a regular old liquid lock. This is something that I could use the tool for, actually. Since I already have it reset, the blueprint. I could have just done that. There you go. I'll have to get used to using that, because that's going to be something that's I'm not going to remember. Okay, so we'll do something like that. Hopefully some of the water just drops in there so we can... Well, it should be oil, probably. And then we'll put some plastic ladders down there. Just to kind of make things a little quicker. Maybe what we ought to mop it up first, so we don't have too many issues as far as... I don't think we're gonna get to mop it up. They're gonna build it before they get to it. Oh well. I mean, things are gonna keep melting anyways, I think, because... So we'll just have to deal with it. And then we'll just put some petroleum in here. All right, so how's this going? This is going pretty good. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I messed that up again, but since I already vacuumed it out once. But sometimes that happens. Is chlorine in here as well? Wow. Let's take a look at... Ooh, the extreme digging booster. Maybe we'll take that. Oh, I have to deal with the gunk as well at some point. Lot of stuff to deal with. A lot of stuff to deal with. At this point, the game's sort of becoming a let's try to limit lag than it is trying to get to the end. But I think as soon as we get the petroleum boiler online, we're going to rush to the just try to rush space missions to get this asteroid done, so I can either move on to something else or maybe move on to some more experimental builds like sour gas boilers and things that I don't really need for this asteroid anymore. Because once I get the space missions done, there's almost no point in... it's basically just setting my own goals at that point. Let me just see what's going on here. Okay, so everything's going good here. It's just I'm making a lot of oil. Probably going to start overflowing. I'm not sending this to my oil reservoir either, I don't think. Oh, yes, I am, but... Anyways. It's 5:25 a.m. Just woke up. I was about to watch your streams. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6. But since you're live, I just wanted to drop in and say hi. Well, thank you so much for waking up early and watching me on your Saturday. It means a lot that you would spend your Saturday with me. Okay. So if this is probably a bit of a spoiler then for you because you're skipping way far ahead in the series. There are some interesting episodes coming up though. I think you'll enjoy if you enjoy Oxygen Not Included content. So this is a bit of a spoiler of how far we get. So if you don't mind spoilers, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Yeah, we do quite a bit of things in here, and the way I like to play the game is just sort of I don't really do calculations or put in much effort when it comes to trying to design the most efficient base, but I think this is a great playthrough to show just how far you can get without putting too much effort into that. I know that's a really it's fun to challenge yourself. I just like to get through to the end, and I consider that to be a challenge in and of itself. Try not to mess things up like this constantly. Like this is, I'm kind of disappointed at that. That's okay. I should have listened to Han. But I might as well open this up so I can suck up more gas and probably put in another one here. I don't need steel though. This is not hot enough. This is, yeah, not hot enough. Put it in regular, whatever, gold. This is about the second or third time that I've vacuumed this out now. How much have you played? Okan, are you sort of a relatively new player for Oxygen Not Included, or are you just getting back into the game, or what's your experience level like? I always like to hear my audience, because there's a lot of people that watch that are getting back into the game and are just getting refreshers on how things work. And then Oxygen Not Included was just on sale, so a bunch of new people have gotten the game and they're looking up tutorials. So I always like to get that sort of feedback so I know what type of videos people want to see. And I'm currently planning my next video as well. Just don't know yet if what I want it to be about exactly, but always interesting to know what people are thinking and what type of videos they like to watch. So if you have any feedback for me in that regard, I would love to hear it. Now we're going to I want to continue digging as well. So there's a lot I want to do. Probably not going. This is gonna throw me off though. This new blueprint button here. I wish the dig was kind of first in there. Well, anyways, oh cool. We have a sponge slug here. That's the first time I've seen one of those guys. So these guys are thirsty creatures that soak up liquids during the day. They deposit stored liquids in exposed liquid pipes, and they sleep next to it. That's pretty cool. They excrete hydrogen gas. Well, they eat copper though. They eat all this precious ore. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that. In fact, I don't know if anyone's attacked. Oh, he's gonna get taken care of right now. I'm not too happy about this guy eating my ores. Oh, how come he's not getting taken care of by the Pokeshell? Maybe they're friends. I really enjoyed different builds. I've got over 1,500 hours. That's really nice, really impressive in the game. And still learning your work totally changes the way I look at things. That's really great to hear. Okay, thank you so much for those kind words. I'm happy that I've been able to help you play or do things different, or whatever the case is. It makes me really happy to hear that. Uther, hey Uther, thank you for joining the stream tonight. How are you doing? How was your Friday or your Saturday morning, Uther? How are you doing? Really happy that you could stop by. So we got a little bit of a problem. Uther, we are still working on the petroleum boiler, so this is dormant for 14 cycles, so we're not too worried about that yet. But I did accidentally let in all this polluted oxygen in here, so we're just kind of working on getting rid of that. It's gonna suck to try to get it all out of here, but anyways, at least we have this part vacuumed out, but now we have another problem. I have to get this vacuumed out before this starts erupting, or this is going to mess things up like really badly. So I might, you know, just put in a couple more of these guys and just kind of go ham on the vacuuming. That was my bad. Should have listened to Han from the last episode. And because I can't open this door. Well, I guess I could open this door and come back in here and close this off, but then the polluted oxygen is just gonna come back in here, and we're gonna start right where we left off. So now it's kind of like I really have to get this done. Hopefully the cobalt doesn't melt here. What is cobalt? It should be okay, I think. Oh, there it is. Okay, 1400. Yeah, it will never get to 1400. Hopefully, if the cobalt gets to 1400 there, then I've messed. Oh, the oil. I don't think there's oil in there. I don't think I have an oil source. Oh, what's going on here? This is locked. Yeah, I figured. Okay, automation wire running through it. Just have to deconstruct it. Yeah, I have no oil anyway. I thought I sent an oil queue up for that. So anyways, let's get this all mopped up. Too much liquid. That's kind of lame. Maybe we'll do this. Oh, the Plor Draco's has wounds. There are still some parts that confuse me, but I think that's what makes the game so great. I 100% agree. Like, this game, if you've learned every single thing there is to know about this game, then you're very, very smart, and you're then I admire that sort of the knowledge that you've gained for sure. But I 100% agree with that. Even to this day, I'm learning things from my audience on stream. They're giving me tips. I love it. Absolutely love it. So if I ever ask something that sounds silly, please don't take it the wrong way. No, I will not take it the wrong way. You're in for quite a treat if you think that you have silly questions, Okan. There's some very silly things I do during the playthrough that I'm sure you'll shake your head at. But that's what, like you said, that's what makes the game so great. Is there's always something new to learn, and there's always the better ways you can play. And not only that, but like you can choose to play that way, or you can choose to play your own way, and both of them usually work. I mean, as long as you're not catastrophically breaking something, usually you're going to be just fine doing it, your own way or whatever. But there's very good tips that you can get from the community, and sometimes you might be watching someone play and they do something and you're like, oh my god, I never knew that you could do that. And yeah, it's just, there's so many great ideas from watching streamers, and also from chatting with chatters. So you can ask whatever you like, and I promise I will not think it's silly. In fact, my whole channel is, as you know, based around helping new players. So there's a lot of the things that I cover is basically just to try to help people get farther into the game from mid-game. Because mid-game is the time where things really start to become complicated, when you start implementing basically anything that requires heat deletion or heat management. That's when people have the most problems, from what I can sort of tell. So that's where many people sort of give up on the game or decide that it's too much effort to learn. So I try to break things down in the simplest way possible and hope that they're able to get past the areas in the game where they've gotten stuck. So there's one of the, like, when I first started playing the game, I saw, like, I wanted to cool something down. I forgot what it was, but I wanted to cool something down. So I was like, oh yeah, here's an aqua tuner. Look, this cools liquid by 14 degrees. That's great. So I would plop this down, and then it would just overheat and start melting. And I was like, okay, well, this is stupid. How do I fix that? So then I would figure out, Google ways how to fix it, go on Reddit, look up something like this, and then I would just think, okay, this is just too much work, right? But then when it's broken down in like a video format, and I see that it's actually not that much work at all, it's like, oh, wow, this is actually a really fun game. You get to learn all these little mechanics and little intricacies. Yeah, this game's just amazing in that way, where you're always trying to learn something that seems very difficult, but it's actually super easy. If you are able to get it once, then you can sort of replicate it over and over. Okay, so now we have so much little amount of oxygen here. I mean, the great thing is that there's no longer oxygen up here. So I'm gonna save just in case this gets messed up somehow. I should have saved before I did this whole process, because then I could have prevented this from happening. I could have just blocked this off. But here we are. So I need this gone. I need this gone. I want this rebuilt for the time being. I need this ceramic out of here or used up or something. I definitely don't want it in the magma pit, because that's going to annoy me forever and ever. And I need this mopped up. So I think if I can get all this done, so let's just set this to 9. Actually, let's set everything to 8. And then this ceramic, I want to set to 9, or maybe up priority. And then open this up, and hopefully don't get any gases in there. I remember my early days playing the game. I used to get so mad whenever someone made a mess. I just restarted the whole thing. But once I learned how to solve problems, I started to feel way more fun. Yeah, and then another thing you can do is like embrace failures, where you're not just... Who has decay? Oh, that's the... Okay. And if you embrace the failures and turn them into learning opportunities, then it becomes so much more fun, because that's really what the game is about. It's just, you know, trying something. Like the thing that's annoying is, like you said, is it feels like progress lost, and it feels like a waste of time when someone makes a mess or something breaks, etc. Right? So it's really important, I think, to embrace the failure, but also don't be afraid to like reload the game if you seriously mess up, because it takes so long to fix something that's catastrophic that sometimes you can have so much more fun if you just reload from like an earlier like an hour ago, let's say, and fix what you know is going to go wrong and continue the playthrough, than it does to just, you know, kind of give up. And I agree. I agree. Like when people used to make a mess and pollute my water, I would do the same thing. I would just be like, okay, this is over. Let's start a new one. But then, you know, you could just auto save, go back, build something like this. So if someone makes a mess, it goes into a little catch chamber instead of into your water, and then you can continue playing. And I really try to push that in these videos to try to, like this thing right here is a perfect example, where if someone makes a mess, it immediately goes down into here. And I really try to push that in my videos. It's just don't be afraid of failure, and don't be afraid to just reload a couple cycles. Like you saw, I just saved there for just in case I mess something else up. This can be deleted. I was watching your volcano video. I need to scrounge up some more ceramic to finish my build. Thank you so much for watching, Uther. Really appreciate that. Yeah, the volcano is you should probably use ceramic for the volcano. This is super hot here. I follow you, Too Legit City, and Magnet. Oh, Magnet is so much fun to watch. He's on hiatus right now. I just looked up his channel. I was on a road trip last weekend, and I looked up his channel to put on for the road trip, just kind of in the background. And I love listening to Magnet. He's so fun. That's actually one of the first Oxygen Not Included YouTubers I watched, because his long form videos are just so informative, so great. And he's a joy to listen to. Too Legit City, I'm ashamed to say I've never heard of Too Legit City. I have, obviously, Echo Ridge, I think his name is. Francis John, obviously everyone knows Francis John. And CG Fungus, I believe. You know, the biggest ones on YouTube that I follow. Hey, Hangry Pixels. Hey man, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining the stream tonight. Are you going to be streaming tonight, Hangry Pixels? If you are, I might stop by after my stream. It was great to finally catch you live the other day. I had to go right to bed though because I was going to work the next day, but it's great to see you live. All right, we did it. We did it. We fixed our issue. I fixed my issue, definitely not you guys' issue. I'm the one who broke it and had to fix it. But now we can finally get rid of all this stuff again. Hopefully we don't have any more problems. Get rid of this, the conductive wire. Get rid of all this. Sweep everything up again. No, I canceled. I'm so tired. Long day of working and doctor appointments. I'm beat. I feel you. I feel you, Angry Pixels. It's adult life is tough. Adult life gets in the way of having fun and doing the things that I wanted to do. But I hope that the doctor, you had good news from the doctor and didn't have any bad news, and just checkups or whatever the case may be, and hope that you're doing all right. And thank you so much for joining tonight again. Let's see here. Where's my? I feel like this mod changed the location of my my tools because I'm now having to look for the things that I like. Disinfect was never here. That's throwing me off big time. This definitely changed. So that's gonna be tough to get used to. I don't know. I mean, I'll do it. It was better news than I expected. That's great to hear. That's so good when yeah, that's good. Good to hear, Henry. Thank you so much for that a good news update. Do you have any videos about automation? Maybe I missed them, but I still get confused about some parts. If you haven't made one yet, consider this a bit of feedback. I think I do have some automation. I don't know what they're called off the top of my head because I sometimes name them like some obscure. But let me see automation. I think I have like automation introduction or beginners or something along those lines, and I just kind of go over what everything does. So you may want to check that on my channel. It is a rather old video, so it might be one of those ones that are not the easiest to listen to by my standards. I mean, people say that I'm too hard on myself. I think that's a good thing because I want to put out really good content, and it's one of my older videos, I believe. So if you want to check it out, go for it. If you want to know something specific, then let me know what that is, and I can maybe do a deep dive into it. Let me see. I think the snap tool displaced them. Yeah, it did displace them, didn't it? Because the disinfect was never here. That's okay though. I'll get used to it. It looks like the rows flipped. Hey Jim, for the tools at the bottom right, I feel like the mop and sweep should be at the top right. Yeah, it should be at the top. Yeah, sweep and yeah, exactly. So, you know what? If I look at it from your perspective, and I just think of it as flipped, that'll help me actually get used to it. Thank you for joining the stream tonight, Jim. Base is looking good. Thank you so much, Angry. So yeah, we're getting there. We're trying to get our petroleum boiler online. Finally, this stream, I think we'll get it. We have 10 more cycles. Oh, by the way, no Esca water today. I'm on Montelier tonight. So shout out to Montelier. Hit me up for some sponsorships. great lemon water. If there's any Montelier reps watching the stream, just kidding. Face is looking good. Being hard on yourself is great for putting better content. Being too hard can sometimes roadblock you. Careful, you're doing great so far. Thank you so much, Chaos, and thank you for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I think I know when to stop being hard on myself. But I think as far as content goes, it's definitely really important that I am, because I want to keep growing the channel. I want to make sure that I'm putting out informative videos, which when you're doing when you're doing gameplay or tutorials for a game like Oni that has like literally infinite combination of mechanics that work together. Well, not literally, but you guys know what I mean. It can be really easy to mess things up or leave things out, and combine that with learning how to like edit videos. It can be hard to go back and watch some of the old ones that I've done, right? So I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to take my time more instead of just putting them out just for the sake of getting one out. Like I used to try to stick to a schedule, but now I feel like if a video is not ready and I have to go back and make improvements, I will just delay it until I believe it is ready. So that's kind of what my mentality is with the videos now. But yeah, it can be easy to be hard on yourself. I try, or like, too hard rather. Try not to do that too much. Gonna have to vacuum that out. See if I have any power here. I do have power here. Unfortunately, it's way down here, so I probably have to build it. Oh, I can access this. Okay, I can access it from there. I'll vacuum all that out, or sweep all that. Well, I mean, you know what? I could just learn the shortcuts for this. So there we go. Guess we're gonna be learning shortcuts. Perfect. Sorry. Okay. And is there any plan for a new DLC? I'm not sure. I don't know if the developers are focusing on new DLC right now. If you're asking about videos, then yes, there is a plan for me to cover the DLCs. But as far as new content, I'm not sure if that's if there's anything in the works. I imagine there is, because this is a wildly successful. Let me start that. This is a wildly successful game, I think, for Clay. I think they're pronounced Clay. Hopefully, if it's wrong, I butcher names a lot, so hopefully, if it's wrong, someone can correct me. But yeah, they have the new Oni-based game. Yeah, it's called Away Team or something. So I know they're working on a lot of projects. They are the kind of developers to seem to work on a lot of different things at the same time, which is great because their games are. I don't feel like they're too complicated, and they can definitely manage. But yeah, they're also awesome developers. Like I hope that they continue to be successful, because they are great. These are the type of developers that I think are going to save the gaming industry, because the gaming industry, I mean, despite the fact that games like AAA games are still doing very well, I just feel like there's so many problems with it, which I don't think I need to get into. I think everyone kind of sees where the problems are. So to have indie developers or like small developers like Clay come by and make absolute bangers like this game is exactly what the gaming industry needs. Hangry says, I'm headed off to bed. I hope that you have a great night's sleep, Hangry. And my dad is also coming over tomorrow to help with some bathroom renovations. He's a morning person, and he said he'll be over at 8 a.m. and I'm not a morning person. Well, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. And I hope I get to catch you streaming sometime soon. I will definitely be by if I see that you're live. So thank you for stopping by. Ani is like Unix. There's like 7 right ways to do everything. Never heard of that game. Let me write that down so I can look it up. They have a new Oni-based game. Oh yeah, I read that one. AAA games aren't doing as well as they want. Well, I think one of the problems with AAA games, okay, I am gonna get into it, I guess. So here we go, is the fact that AAA games, Unix. Did I say that wrong? Oh, it's like there you go. There goes my. Okay, I should have known that. I thought it was literally a game. Unix. See you around, leaving you on lurk. Thank you so much, Angry. So I am gonna get into it now that I'm on the topic. My gripe or my annoyance with AAA games is that they're way too. I feel like they're focused way too much on monetizing the player base as much as they possibly can, instead of making long-lasting content. So everything now is a live service. Like, oh, you want to continue playing? It's like there's a monthly subscription, or in order to progress, you got to buy seasons passes and this and that. The other problem is that, like Jim just said in the chat, there's because they are basically investment bankers now. They don't take enough chances to make a good product. So like a game like Oni would never be made by a company like EA or Ubisoft or Activision or Microsoft or whatever, because they see it as not much profit and too much of a risk to be a flop and too much ongoing investment into the game to make it what it is today. So like the big juggernauts have survived simply because they are the juggernauts of the industry, like Call of Duty, Battlefield. They've survived just strictly because of their heritage of where they were in gaming when gaming was at its peak, like 15 to 20 years ago, or 10 years ago even, depending on what time frame you want to consider. So there's not enough companies taking risks because everyone is just going for the profits, like Jim said. And that's really the problem with gaming right now, I feel. Like, I want to play a game like this from, or not, not this game exactly from a big company, but, I want games companies to release. Like, I remember playing games like on the PS1, like Ford Racing or Crash Bandicoot, or Crash Bandicoot's pretty big, but Ford Racing was kind of a smaller racing game. Now there's like barely any racing games. I used to love racing games. There's now Forza, which comes out. I haven't had a Forza game in a while. Gran Turismo, I used to love Gran Turismo. Haven't had a Gran Turismo game for a while. There's just so much risk aversion, or is that the right word? There's just not enough people taking chances to make a good product. And when you don't take chances and you don't allow yourself to fail, you're never going to do anything good. Because you can't. How can you when you don't take that risk? BF6 at the moment is actually good in the old sense. So I've seen, like, first of all, BF6 I think has always been, or Battlefield in general has always had a lot of things going for it that attracts the player. Oh, I can't just not completely not focus on the game. I gotta remember that I'm actually playing. So, like, they've always had excellent visuals. They've always had really good destruction physics or environments or whatever, and the sound is just usually incredible in that game. So those are some of the things that like keep the Battlefield franchise like at it. Hey, Keen Sun just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you so much, Keen Sun. So stuff like that is just really kept, like it really elevates it to AAA level. And it's understandable why some people may be frustrated with it, because the maps aren't as big as the old games. Like, I used to love Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 1942, 1943, amazing games. To me, they just don't feel the same now, but obviously they are still very good for what they are. There's a rash of not AAA but better quality games like Baldur's Gate. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, I still mean to play that at some point. And Expedition 33. Yeah, it's just no time. It's just one of those things, just no time. It might change for worse in the near future though. Yeah, that's kind of what is my fear. Because as more companies sell out to these investment bankers and things like that, it just becomes, yeah, it's just not looking good. Just not looking. Hey, Treeman Terry, this stream, hopefully the boiler will be working. Well, we're just waiting for this to go online. So we have 7.8 cycles, plus it'll probably have a little bit of a, what's it called? Over a pressurizing period. So I forgot how long that is. Usually that's a couple cycles. So yeah, I think it will absolutely go online. I think now that we have everything vacuumed out, we'll do one more final check just to make sure that everything is built out of obsidian. So nothing's going to melt. There's no pipes in the way. Nothing that I need. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and deconstruct this and deconstruct that. So when it starts erupting, it can like flow and do its thing. I might even expand this chamber to go here just to have more capacity for magma, but we'll see. We'll see if I need. I think I will need that, but again, we'll just kind of play it by year here. I also have to sweep all this up. Kevin says that's what I'm saying. The last Battlefield was bad like that. Battlefield 6 went back to the old formula. Well, that's great to hear. I've definitely heard really good things about it, and I've seen that the player base on Twitch has it was like number 2 or 3 during the week, like when people are at work, or when like at least the Western world is at work. So I don't mean to leave the Europeans out, sorry, the West isn't like North America. It was number 2 or 3. So that was really nice to see that there's a AAA game that's doing well and that people are enjoying. I'm the type of player that puts 200 plus hours into a game, so I don't play a lot of different games. I just play the hell out of a few. Exactly, Jim. Like, exactly. I am basically the same. Sometimes there's obviously a game that I might play that doesn't require that much hours, like this one obviously does. This game is just, there's just so much going on. You kind of have to play for that long if you want to get the full experience. But yeah, I'm the exact same way. Totally agree with what you're saying there. I'll keep watching your older videos if you don't mind. Thanks for the chat and hope to see you live again soon. Well, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, for sure. Keep watching the older, you watching the older videos is great because you'll probably get some information out of them if you're looking to get that. And also, obviously you help me out as well by interacting with the content. And so feel free to definitely watch them. And if you have any suggestions for new videos, just leave them on the community tab's the best place to get a hold of me these days. It's just the comments do become a little bit overwhelming on the videos themselves, but that's more of a me problem and a time issue. So let me just scroll back up here. Dreamland Terry, the Petroleum Boiler Supervisor, is here. Yeah, love it. Really curious, what challenges did you have to go through to get here on this asteroid? Okay, well, if I want to sum it up, I think the biggest challenge was, and this is like, you might find this to be kind of funny, or maybe that I'm messing with you here, but the challenge that I found was really just trying to stay focused, because there's been a lot of times where I would forget to do something. Oh my god, I just forgot something. Just like this. Like, okay, this is not too bad. Where I would forget to do something like turn this off, which is not really catastrophic in that sense, but I know you're only on episode 5 or 6, but I get distracted and start doing other things really easily, and that's been a hindrance. Like, look how I'm on cycle 1084 and I've played for 85 hours, so I could have got here a lot quicker if I was like focused on doing certain tasks and not constantly like trying to do 10 different things at the same time, if you know what I mean. So I mean, in terms of the builds that I've made, that's probably because the builds I've made are not super complicated. I've intentionally stuck to very newbie friendly builds for this playthrough. 1, because I enjoy that the most. 2, because they're very easy, and 3, to help people out. And actually 4 would be that I'm not as familiar with like the more advanced builds as some people are. So the newbie friendly builds can get you through the game just fine. And I think that's kind of what I want to show here for the people that are watching my channel that's catered towards new players. It's just to show that, like, hey, you can do just fine doing these very relatively simple builds, and then you can use this foundation to build a more advanced builds for yourself and your own games. So now you can go to watch a video or look at a Reddit picture and see like, oh, look, they're doing this that's different from me, and I can improve my builds based upon that. And you know what everything is doing. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. As far as like gameplay challenges, we almost had a duplicant die because of poke shells. So I took a duplicant. I think it was Ada. I really don't want to ruin this part, but I'm sure you'll probably forget about it by the time you see it. We had a duplicant come in, and there was a poke shell with an egg, with a poke row egg somewhere on this platform. And as soon as Ada spawned, she almost died, so I had to set up medical beds. And I was quite upfront with the chat that, like, I don't ever have doctors, so I had no idea how to save Ada. That was pretty funny. That was probably my biggest challenge, to save somebody. So off the top of my head, that's my answer. Jim says, I'm just over at 1,000 hours in Ani, and I feel like I literally just learned how to play. Still haven't beaten it by going through the Terra yet. Yeah, and that's it. Like, sometimes you just don't get there because you find that the game that you're currently on is like, you've done so many things, let's say, inefficient, that you want to do things more efficient in a new playthrough, and you end up basically having to redo a lot. I'm the same way. I love playing through the mid game, and I usually don't do something like the Petroleum boiler just because, well, I mean, it takes me personally a long time to build, but also because there's so much opportunity for failure from this, and if I just put enough duplicant hours into running this, I will eventually get there. It just takes a lot longer. So what we're trying to do with this, my rationale for building this, other than being requested, is that I think it's great for the stream. People get to see how someone who's not the most experienced at it will do it, and how successful they might be at it. But also, it will help in pushing our rocketry forward, since we can do a lot of missions now with Petroleum rockets. So we'll go ham on the Petroleum rockets thanks to this. And then we'll eventually have to get super coolant and start getting liquid hydrogen and oxygen, which will be a lot of fun. I would focus on learning how to use the aqua tuner. Everything else was something. Exactly, Treatment Terry. Exactly. That's exactly the progression that I took as well when I first started. And I talked about that earlier in the stream. So for those of you watching the VOD, I won't go over it again in exhausting detail. But yeah, as soon as I learned the Petroleum boiler, everything else, the Petroleum boiler, the aqua tuner, everything else started to like fall together and make more sense. Basically just to say, hey, this isn't so hard. I can do this, so I can do everything else. That's exactly my problem. I get into the end game and stuff is so broken that it feels like it would take longer to fix than to just start over and do it right. Exactly. That's my problem to 100%. This one, I'm really trying to stick through it, not going to restart. And if I have any issues, I'll just deal with it. One of the things that I want to do is make sure that this is going to, like, I'm going to save before this erupts, just in case there's anything catastrophic, I can rewind. And that's something that I preach, is just don't be afraid to do that. It's not a big deal. Just go ahead and restart, and or do certain saves to make sure that you can fix your things easy enough that if you do break something, you know, you just I apologize for that. I hit the boom bar, so if you heard something. One thing that I do have to do is get this petroleum pipe up to my base. So let's see here. Since we're no longer going to be sending oil, I'm going to be diverting the petroleum into this line. So the question is, how do we? I guess I kind of messed this up, and I have to go around. It's not a big deal. Just go around like this. Actually, we can just take it through here. Just go like that. I just started using ethanol state changes to cool steam turbines rather than having open air or oxygen. Feels like magic. See, that's a great tip. Like, I don't even do that, and that's something that I could implement. and probably save a lot of power with my aqua tuners. So it's those little details about the game that you might not know right away, or you might not feel like doing, or you might forget about, which is totally a thing too. Like when I first started this playthrough, it was my first real playthrough in a while. There's a lot that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to do this, and then I would have to like go back, or the chat would remind me, and I had to go back or whatever, right? Hey, JawsTech, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Do you think Ani has grade school education value? Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know enough about the school. I don't remember much about the school system, but if I had to say, I think, like if you were to ask me, can grade school students get a lot of value from playing this game? I think they would probably give up because it's not science. I mean, in a way, yes. If they were forced to play it, I think it would definitely have a lot of value if they were forced to. Like, I remember it's coming back to me now, but I remember in like grade 6, we would like build bridges out of like toothpicks or whatever and glued them together, or like no, not popsicle sticks, and glued them together and tried to see who could make the strongest bridge. I think in that sense, you could teach students a lot of skills like practical engineering knowledge using oxygen not included. I just feel like there's not enough real world examples of how things work here to have that in the curriculum. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like Jim said, it's not real world physics, but it's definitely a lot of logic and engineering. Yeah, so it's like in terms of critical thinking, I think people will get more value out of it from a critical thinking perspective than in an engineering. Like real world engineering related tools. Like, it would be hard for a teacher to be like, let's say, hey, if you're trying to move magma, you have to put your liquid pump off to the side, so you're sucking up the magma, but your liquid pump is not in the magma, type thing, right? So it's like, it's maybe that's not the best example, but yeah, I certainly think there's a value to it in a way. I just feel like they would get more critical thinking value out of it than anything. Because there's so much you have to plan ahead, and you have to, like, there's planning in this game, and how to avoid disasters, how to fix disasters, and how to deal with maybe stressful situations. Versus, yeah, the real world, it doesn't really add up as well as yeah, planning, troubleshooting, exactly. CC Army Oscar, thank you so much for joining. Haven't seen you around. Appreciate you coming by. Let me just see who I got here. How are you doing tonight? And they ask, do you watch other player tutorials for reference? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. Not as much as I used to, obviously, because like I'm pretty well versed at the mid game. I mean, there's stuff that I learn all the time just from people like Kevin and William and others in the chat coming by. But in terms of like looking up the petroleum boiler, yeah, I went to see the Francis John video and took notes on how he did it. Obviously, like he's he's very good at the game. So yeah, for sure. The automation is straight out of CS 101. Type classes, yeah, exactly. The automation is something that is key, and that could actually be translated to a real world situation. So I worked with, I don't want to say a lot of automation, I guess relatively speaking to the average person. I've worked with automation before, and some of that stuff is exactly right out of real world, like factory scenarios, factory settings, mostly with liquid pressure sensors and air sensors is what I used to work with in my old job. So a lot of that uses automation as well, like not necessarily like the XOR gates or buffer gates or things like that, but like memory toggles and whatnot. I learned not so much about automation from this game. Intimidating at first, though. Yeah, automation can be a little bit of a struggle, and then it just kind of clicks after a while. Concepts like specific heat capacity and thermal conductivity was difficult to help my 8-year-old godson learn during COVID. Yeah, so those are definitely. I mean, even today, I still get confused about them. I still have to sometimes go back and be like, so specific heat capacity. That is, oh yeah, that's how much like heat is stored, and that's how much energy is needed to change the heater or whatever, right? So I'm still not fluent in those, but it's definitely something that can be, and it can be intimidating when you're trying to get your friends to play this game, and then you teach them about, oh, don't use granite because granite doesn't have as good thermal properties as igneous rock, right? So it's like at that point they usually just click off. Wish I had started playing Ani then. Yeah, COVID was the best time to start a new game, that's for sure. And I guess however you might look at it, unfortunately or fortunately, I was super busy at work during COVID, being an electrician in IRL. Everybody was renovating their homes, everybody. So was super busy, never got sick from work. I got sick from a wedding though. It's kind of funny that it wasn't from work, even though I'd never missed a day. Okay, we'll block that off. Oh, I can't block that off. I sent my video of my friend a video for an episode and never heard from him again. Just like, nah, this is too much. So the petroleum is, so there's no more gases in here. I believe I can just take all this out. Take all this out too. Another great game is Dwarf Fortress. I learned more about geology from that than actual college course. Let me write that one down. That sounds great. By the way, I've been mentioning this on the last couple streams. If you guys haven't heard of Oceaneers yet, go check it out. It's a really fun game. It kind of has Ani mechanics, but you're on an island and you have to build boats. And it kind of has the art style that relates more closely to Don't Starve. But it has a lot of Ani mechanics, like the research. Yeah, just go check it out. There's a demo on Steam right now. It's called Oceaneers. Really fun game. Again, it's one of those, I love the indie companies or like indie types games. So go check it out. I'll be playing it on stream at some point. It's one of those things where it's like, I just need the time. Just give me like an hour to play. And on my off schedule to play this game on stream. I want to show everyone how much fun it is. I did not know about Dwarf Fortress, Kevin. It's like a big original big game and colony sim, the inspiration from RimWorld. And then inspired Minecraft. Wow, that's crazy. That must be super old then. I did not hear about that. Did not hear about that. Let's get this done quickly because I don't want to be. No, I don't need to delete that. Get that part of it done quickly so I don't have my duplicates going in and out. Here we go. 2.2 cycles. 2006. Wow. You can get it for free, but the Steam version has some advances. Yeah, I would definitely support the devs if I had the option. It can't be that expensive, and I'm sure it's got great value for the money, so I would definitely do that. Well, I'm gonna check it out. I can't promise that I'll play it. It's just one of those things where it's a time thing. Bought 4 copies of it. Nice. That's excellent, Jim. Love it. Love it. I love the support of the developers, especially when they're indie devs or small-time devs. You really gotta support those guys. Girls and gals, rather. Just added both games to my wish list. Awesome. That's awesome with her. Yeah, I think as we transition into this new this new era of gaming where everything is becoming microtransaction. And not to be a downer again, but maybe my last time I'll talk on this for a while. It's more important than ever to support the small time devs and the indie devs and the small studios, so they can be encouraged to take more risks and put out great games like Oxygen Not Included. Because you'll never see a game like this from a big company. Like, it just won't happen. And without places, without people taking risks on buying their games, like, they rely on positive reviews to keep their companies alive. So they put their heart and soul into these games to make them good. So I really feel like if you see an indie game that's on sale or that you really want to play, just go ahead and give it a go if you have the means to do so. It helps them out, and it keeps the game industry headed in the right direction, I feel. So that's my final take for tonight, unless someone asks about it again. I put 4,000 hours in it off stream, on and off, from 2010 to when it came out on stream. Felt right to pay more, so I bought more copies for a friend, for me and my friend, and for my kids. That's awesome, Jim. That's awesome. You're a real good guy helping the devs out. That's great. For sure. You got to do that. Yeah, I bought Oxygen Not Included. Well, I bought it twice for myself because I originally bought the base game, then I bought the bundle with the DLC, and then I bought it for a friend as well. So it's one of those things where I feel like you have to keep that economy going so we can get more great games in the future, or even support over time, right? Very important. Very, very important. Okay, so I knew that was going to be a problem. So I'm going to have to delete this. Oh, I don't have to delete that. I can just delete this. I think everything is good in here. Let me just double check. No more gases. Can I put a... Yeah, you know what? Okay, let's go. Let's save just in case. Again, it's my just in case save. Because this is one of the areas where I don't want to mess up. If I somehow mess up this infinite storage, I don't want to have to vacuum it all up and put it back in or something. So just do a quick save. I gotta fix this. That's what we're trying to do. So put this guy here, and then yeah, we should be okay. Yes, way more than enough. Oh, this is starting to deplete a little bit. We can reconnect that. So we just had that disconnected just temporarily to make sure that nothing was going to be crazy bad, and everything is still deep frozen. So we're looking pretty good. Yeah, petroleum boiler, here we go. One cycle till it's active. So here we go. Pretty excited. Like I said, Dreamland Terry, I know you just joined a little bit late. In the beginning, I was talking about how in my simulations on sandbox mode, this blob of crude oil gave me problems. So I may have to take care of this before we can get this fully online. So I'm going to save before this starts up, and then we're going to see if this is going to work. Because obviously if there's hot magma in here, I don't want to have to go in there or wait till it's dormant or whatever. So we're just going to do a little bit of save scumming for that, just in case I mess that up. But basically what was happening on my playthroughs is, did you set all your logic switches to start up? I think, yeah. So this is going to be below. Should be ready to go. Should be. So close this off. Thank you, Kevin, for that. 420. Nice. Perfect. Yeah. There we go. So I'll have to toggle this to get it to start up. I'll have to go like this and then toggle it back. But yeah, for startup, here we go. The moment of truth. Oh, we got a bot in the Twitch chat. Let's see. Maybe I'll go ahead and just take care of that right away. Don't want you in my Twitch chat, Mr. Bot. So, welcome to Ben World. Population 3. Beautiful. So like I was saying, it caused the problem where the crude oil wouldn't heat up and turn, or maybe it was heating up, but something was happening where it was accumulating crude oil and it wasn't turning into petroleum and heading up to the top. So I don't know. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. That's why I think this might have been the problem. But again, I don't know exactly what. I only did it twice, so we'll see. What's the name of the mod where you can see the automation settings? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think I wrote that down on my my mod list down below. Let me see. I'll check real quick on Steam while we're waiting for this to start up. That might be like one of the ones that I added and I forgot to put that on. I know there was one that I did. I mean, Kevin's probably gonna let you know before I look it up. Oh, better automation overlay. Better automation overlay. You can't have it be 2 wide column instead of 2 by 2 and 1 by 2. You mean this here? This worked fine. When I didn't have the blob in there. No problem, Jim. Building broken. Oh, okay. I don't care about that. We'll just deconstruct that. Just make sure that they're not trying to repair it. And then we'll dig all this out. So yeah, I mean, it might take a couple tries, Dreamland Terry. And who knows, you may be right. It did work in sandbox mode when I bumped it by putting in lava manually. So because I didn't want to wait for it to obviously start erupting. Yeah, we'll deal with this as well. We'll have that dealt with. For now, I just wanted to get it up and running, and then you're not familiar with this design. Okay, well, I'm also not too familiar with this. Admittedly, I said earlier, this was inspired by Francis John, so it's one that worked for him. So I just kind of tried to replicate it. Hey, Thork, how you doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining. You're here on just the right time. Oh, 8. We got 9 cycles. I thought it was just gonna be like 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. Okay, well, I guess we're waiting 9 cycles for it to erupt. So we're gonna another what, 30 minutes or so. Oh boy. Okay, let's keep going on other stuff then. We'll keep going on other stuff. Okay, we got some water here now. That's perfect. Probably should shut that off so these things don't flood. But basically, this is going to be critical for our rocket infrastructure. This is going to heat up, create steam, and help delete the rocket exhaust. How are you doing tonight, Thork? Hope you're doing well. You're here just at the right time. We're about to start our petroleum boiler. We got 9 cycles. The volcano is now active. We're just waiting for it to have its first eruption. I didn't think it was going to take that long. Just going to check something real quick. There's no gas in here. So we are safe. Actually, I should probably keep these 2. No. We are safe to deconstruct. Deconstruct buildings. This can be deleted. This can be deleted. And then the gas pipes can be deleted. This can be deleted. Don't need any of this. Yeah, pretty excited to get the petroleum finally up and running. I wonder if I'm still going to have to use, or still going to need this oil delivery loop, or if I can just change it right over to petroleum. I'm planning right now to use this as, well, I guess I will because I need the petroleum or oil there. So I might have to do 2 lines, one for petroleum, one for crude oil. Hey, Kiki. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the stream tonight. You joined just at the right time. We're about to start our petroleum boiler. Pretty exciting stuff. Also, I should probably make this a little bit nicer here, since this is like a big part of our base now. So I think it's time to start cleaning stuff up. How do I deal with this? There's already water there, so yeah, whatever. I don't want to lose all this gold in the abyss. So I'm gonna put that there. Everything else can pretty much be deleted. Probably need that. I don't know. Yeah, they can probably reach that. Just get rid of all that stuff. Maybe we'll keep that one. Yeah, so that's probably okay. I don't need that block. I want to try to make everything look cool as well, since the base is like starting to get wrapped up and whatnot. Cool. We can mop all this up. Oh, no. Gonna have to get used to that. Sweep all this up as well. I should just learn the shortcuts. I'm just so bad at shortcuts. This is pretty cool, huh? I like that. Well, what do people recommend if you have more than 10 kilograms of crude oil per second? I'm playing on a map right now with both the normal 3 wheels plus a leak oil fissure and all the designs for petroleum boilers. I seem to get a full single pipe. I've seen seem to be set to a single full pipe. I don't know if I'm reading that wrong, Jim. What do people recommend, though? That's a good question for the chat. I don't know. I would just store the oil in multiple different feeds going up to a storage area until you need it. I always like to hoard the resources just in case. You never know. .6 cycles. Oh, I'm so excited to start this. Just kind of bummed that it's taking so long. Okay, so now we can finally get back in here, fix this. This should be pretty easy. I'm just going to destroy this and destroy that, and then rebuild it. And that should hopefully even out. Well, actually, it's got 3,000 grams, so I might have to mop up a little bit. Or do I just want to mop up the whole? No, I'll delete this. I'll delete this and just try to mop up one single tile of it, and then cancel it, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, I have to build this too, or they're gonna get stuck. Oh, okay. What do you do if you have more? You send the extra to the refinery and lose 50% of that? Oh, this is actually perfect. That's an interesting question. If you have too much oil, that's actually a great problem to have. Is it possible? I mean, I guess depends on how your petroleum boiler is set up. If you have it set up like I do, you could just put it on a separate pump. Or have 2 petroleum boilers to take care of the more extra oil. But yeah, I think I would go with Dreamland Terry's idea. Is just store it, just hoard it, just in case you need it for something else. So yeah, this should just be okay on its own. I don't even think. Yeah, there we go. But I think if I just do this, it'll look better. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see is there a use for crude other than turning it into petroleum? Like I can't think of anything off the top of my head that you could use crude for that is not petroleum. Oh, this all got destroyed too. Hopefully auto repair is not on all these. Just go ahead and delete them. Hopefully my duplicates can get there. Yeah, I guess they would get destroyed, wouldn't they? They're all way over there. I gotta keep building this as well. So right now everyone's focused on running these. I don't even think I need to run these right now. I think I can those two. Well, I'll put 1 to 5, keep one going, put 1 to 1, and then try to get my duplicates back on here. Keep mass producing steel. Liquid locks, yeah, but liquid locks get, I think they sort of get obsolete. Like using crude oil kind of gets obsolete after a while, I think. You could, once you get access to better liquids. Yeah, I just have transit tubes everywhere too. That's a good idea. Lime, nice. I always like my lime. Oh, we got another mad one. I don't know if I want to send my duplicates here now to do this, but because wouldn't be too much fun to have them deal with that. Let's continue. I guess let's drain the liquid out of here. They can come down through here, I think. We got everything mopped up here. What else? What else can we do? We'll just start deconstructing this. Hopefully there's nothing here. Nothing here that can get deconstructed that we're gonna break. Another thing that I want to work on, possibly during this playthrough, is to start getting rid of all of this liquid that is just at the bottom of my base here, that's starting to pile up. So we're kind of at the point now where we're at the bottom on here. We just have to keep digging out on that side. We got all this liquid here. We can start pumping these back up and putting them into their respective areas. Something that I'll maybe set up on off stream, or maybe I'll set it up now. Just have to run all this wire to it, basically. I really want to focus on this, make sure it goes well. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm preparing for, Kiki, is I'm trying to start to clean everything up. And not have so much garbage laying around, not have so much liquids in different areas, always moving around, and like I need to get all this cleaned up as well. Like it doesn't get laggy just I don't think it gets laggy just from being over the 2000 mark. I think it gets laggy just from not maintaining the base and just having too much of everything like this. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that. But so I'm really trying to like as I go, when I play this game offline, like this playthrough, it's usually to do small things like that, like just to have everything cleaned up and tidy and all that stuff. But yeah, great question, Kiki. We're trying to mitigate that here for sure. That's interesting if they can mop that up. Let's see. Probably could. I mean, I don't need to do this, but I just think it'd be kind of cool to have a nice little perimeter of my oil biome, you know? I think that would be... I have a little tube down here for this cold area. So... maybe do something like that. Then I can just keep digging until forever. And just have all the liquid drop down in here. and then come down all the way. Let's not come down all the way yet because we might accidentally open up the bottom. That would certainly suck. So actually, let's just hoard the oil. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what I would do, Jim. Unfortunately, I don't have any leak oil fissures on this map, but yeah, I would just hoard it as well. I mean, if anything, if you never need it, then that's great. You went your whole game without needing it. If you do end up needing it, then you have it. So that's kind of my rationale for that. Like, for example, I haven't yet started to hoard the salt water here because I really don't think I'm going to need it. But I have the capacity to do so. Like I've put this in its own little chamber. I have the salt water vents right here, and I could just start pumping it in. I was just too lazy to ever hook it up, basically. Okay, we're so close to the petroleum boiler. So close. Keep going on this. Yeah, maybe do something like that. And then we'll go across like that. Take this off. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's cool. I like doing things that are cool. Oh, another thing that I did off stream. I should show you guys this. Very minor thing, but I put in some wood tiles here just to increase the decor. Because wood tiles like super OP when it comes to decor. So I just kind of hid all this garbage that I had. So now I have to do a little bit more work to this, but basically I have way more decor just from adding a couple wood tiles. So if you're not into wood tiles, then yeah, they're super OP. I put a little bit down here, so when they're in this area, they got some more decor. Hola, that guy. Thank you so much for joining the stream on Twitch. I think you're my second Twitch viewer tonight, I think. Hangry Pixels was the first one, and now you are the second. And we had a bot, but they got dealt with real quick. The bots are not my friends on Twitch. Oh, we lost the Poke Shell in here. Unfortunate. I guess because he was cramped, didn't lay an egg. So this didn't really work out in the way I expected it. At this point, I think it would be better to just have all these guys basically in their own little pocket. The reason why it didn't work out is because I didn't finish this the way I wanted to, because I don't want to really worry about taming these guys. Like, I think my duplicates have enough to deal with, and I don't really need the lime out of them. So I never finished this the way I intended it fully, but I do have a lot of Pakus that are basically going to die naturally now, or evolve naturally, I should say. That's the correct Oni term, I think. And this is holding up very well since I changed this design. So yeah, we're looking pretty good there. My map has all three reservoirs, the fissure, volcano, all right next to each other. So I was hoping to use all of it in one big petroleum boiler, but couldn't figure out how to use all of them at once. That'd be a really fun map to play on. Let's put this guy here. How much more? 4.4 cycles. Okay. Really excited for that. Really excited. Here we go. We're almost, I guess we're going to be almost 2 hours in before this finally erupts. Kind of funny. Oh, we lost the water here. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. What happened to the water? Did it boil? No, it can't boil because this is cold. Did it freeze? No, it wouldn't freeze. It would turn into ice. Maybe when I built this, something happened. It didn't. There was like a very small amount there. Anyways, we're gonna do the pedestal trick, and we'll actually do two. We'll do crude oil. We'll just replace these with crude oil. Mop this up. Boom. Put crude oil there. No problem. You can leave the vents open in a 1x3 Well, one by two usually work. Oh, sorry, you're talking about something else. I think you might be talking about something else. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt. Just kind of looked over. I thought you were talking about these vents. Okay, so I should probably keep digging down here. Get this guy done and then start building the ceiling. Oh, this isn't. I love that animation. If you remove the pillar. Oh, if you're saying if I remove the pillar in the middle. I don't think I've ever done it like that before. So if I put the in a 1x3 horizontal position, these will always work? Or did you mean like just put the liquid on top and just have this removed? I just wanted it in there so it looked cool, but I guess you're right. I think it might be better to just do it that way. You might be right. Let's try that. I am going to use crude oil, though. I think crude oil looks a lot better. Or petroleum. I probably already passed it. There it is. That's initially how I had it. Like I remember I had just a bunch of water there in the 1x3 position, and then I thought, hey, I want the divider back for some reason. So I think you're right. I think if I do it your way, it'll be better. Oh, no more puffs. Nice. I do want to do a puff farm as well. So it's something else that we'll work on as soon as we get the boiler online. Something else to work on. And then we'll. I'm gonna leave this guy alone because he's big mad. I don't want my duplicates having any problems right now. And I will just continue digging this out. As long as I don't have any germs in here, I don't care if the waters get mixed. Hey, Denius. Hopefully I said that right. Thank you so much for joining. I've always had bad luck with water on vents. If you have the plastic run on high pressure vent, you can have more liquid on it to block it. That's a great idea. I've always just liked using the regular, but you're absolutely right. That probably would work way better. Regardless, I'm going to try some petroleum. So we're going to remove this. We're going to put... Hopefully this is not currently being... Oh, there it is. There's no air in for it to put it into a storage system. So hopefully we can get a duplicate here and then empty it. I don't know if 1,000 grams on 3 blocks will be enough, but we're about to find out. Let's see if we can get this guy to do it. Nope. It's on your left. You're right there. Just do it. Just do it. Oh, I need one more. No problem. How do I tell which tile is the tile that produces heat on the BLDG? Or better said, which tile is the one that I need to put the conductive panel on? I don't know if I know what that acronym means. If I should know what it means. I probably should know what it means. Okay. Building? Oh, building. Okay. Sorry. I'm like a friggin' boomer over here. So yeah, super easy. Actually, speaking of conductive tiles, I have to put some on these because, well, actually, no, I don't. They're doing just fine. I think I have some conductive tiles I can show you. Probably on my petroleum boiler. So see the way it's located right now? This seems to work. Let's see where the heat comes out. That's a good point. That might be okay. So the heat's coming out here. So is this going to be wrong? Or is that going to cover it? Yeah, blueprints expanded finally. Yes. So the way Kevin joked about Treeman Terry being the petroleum boiler supervisor, well, Kevin's like the mod supervisor. So finally, Kevin has convinced me to get blueprints expanded. So I gotta start adding the blueprints to it now. It's just it'll still work that way. The rated thing covers all three. Perfect. That's a great point, Jim. I didn't even consider that. See, it's again one of those things that you always learn about this game is I didn't even consider to go to that and look at that for that when placing my conductive panel. I just figured like, hey, if it's overlapping with the building, it should just work. But yes, and thank you, Nicola, for joining the stream tonight. Really appreciate it. Okay, it's gonna erupt in 2.4. I'm gonna just quickly stand up and stretch. I've been sitting for almost 2 hours now. Hopefully nothing catastrophic happens. Be back in like 60 seconds. All the joys of getting old. Wow. I needed that. I needed that for sure. Yeah, so regarding Blueprints Expanded, I have to now get used to using it. I have to start adding stuff to it. And what keeps the... Oh, it's the Mimilet that keeps decaying. Barbecue must have been on the Great Hall floor. .9 cycles away. This is exciting. This is exciting. Let's see how we do. In the meantime, we'll keep going here. I probably have to get this from the bottom. Yeah, I don't want that to have any issues. But I can start going this way. Start going down. It looks like I'll be okay. Famous last words. Looks like I should be okay to dig all that out. Not have any issues with it. Same thing here. Just put some stuff in here to get that done. Put it at like 9 priority. Just to get all that stuff done. You can check the website and get one that people have made and place them in the folders. Oh, that's a great idea. Great idea. Let me go ahead and add that to my notes. Yeah, I mean that seems like such an obvious solution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I will do that. Right now I only have the liquid lock. But I do think it's a great idea. If this works, I'm obviously going to save all this. Just maybe clean up the ladders because, yeah, we don't need all the ladders in there. Just really messy. Probably get rid of all this stuff too. I don't even know what this vent is for. I think this vent, yeah, it's just a redundant vent now. Get rid of that. It's quite a strange website, but if anything else, no worries, I will. I will certainly do that. So here's what my expectation is for this petroleum boiler. Oh, it's about to erupt. Okay, so I'm gonna save a site. I'm gonna save right now, and just go here. 1.3. I guess there's no points. Yeah, 1.3 before eruption. Just in case I have to do something to change it. I also have a 1099 autosave I can rewind to. But yeah, just want to make sure that I don't have to try to get my duplicates to work through magma if anything goes wrong. Because I don't feel like doing that much work if it doesn't work. So yeah, a little bit of saves coming just in case, or potential saves coming just in case. Hopefully we don't have to resort to anything. It should just work. Like everything should just work. But you know, just want to be extra safe, extra careful. In the meantime, I can also rerun this. I don't like how that's currently ran. Everything is made out of steel, copper. That should be okay. Steel. Everything should be okay. Steel. Better save than replay. Yeah, I'd rather replay it if something's wrong than have to fix stuff when there's like hot magma. That's kind of how my philosophy is. We'll clean all this up to make it a cool blueprint, and then I guess I could just, yeah, buildings. There we go. Just go like that. Way easier. And the automation is purposely on the outside. So just in case anyone's joining the stream late or didn't see me build this, the automation is purposely all on the outside. So if there's any changes that I have to make, it's easy to access. I don't have to have my duplicates in here messing around with all that stuff. Another thing that I anticipate I might have to do is expand the... expand this magma retention chamber, so I can always just go this way and vacuum it out, and not a problem. Unfortunately, I did build it very close to the volcano, so I'm not going to rebuild it and go down. It's just not an option anymore. So either I let the magma accumulate to the point where it stops, it's basically overpressured, or I build this way. So those are my two options that I'm willing to do. I'm certainly not willing to move this whole thing. Does the wall right beside the volcano need to be one lower? Won't it overpressure that way? I don't know. I've never built the wall around the volcano like this. I mean, I can certainly just open it up now. I don't think it's a problem. So let's go ahead and get my duplicates in here. And then, yeah, we'll just leave that. It's a good point, Jim. It might have been an issue. Yeah, we'll take the water. Don't really need any of that, but we'll just take the water. Oh, the big mad guy's down here now. That's not good. That's not good. Are my guys getting hurt? No, everyone is full health. All right, so as long as no one's getting hurt, I'm okay with it being there. This one I could probably take out as well. Let's deconstruct that one. This is annoying. I guess they can't get here. Here comes Catalina. So yeah, we'll see how this works. The amount of magma I had in here wasn't enough to go down. That was one of the issues that we ran into. I want to do another save. Just 0.2 cycles. 0.2. Just in case we have to rewind just a little bit. I don't want to have to play another full cycle again. And again, I think, you know, if it's your first time doing something, or if you haven't done it in a long time, or whatever the case, I think it's totally fine to embrace a little bit of saves coming. You know what I mean? Just have fun is the most priority that you should be focused on. So yeah, we're just waiting for this to go in now. So as soon as this drops, we'll flip this back over to below. And then everything should be up and running. So let's see how things work. There's no wrong way to play a single player game. I absolutely agree. Okay, so here we go. Just gonna wait for the automation to trigger. And here we go. It's like the scene from Dark Knight. Here we go. Okay, now I have to be on the ball here. Actually, there's two things I have to do. I have to reconnect this. And I have to be ready on the ball to turn this vent on. Again, I'm gonna save again because erupt. Just because this was finicky during startup on Sandbox. But I want to get it right. So if this is the part where it breaks, I'd rather that I can just change when I open this, and it's easy. Basically, I don't want to flash it to sour gas. If it flashes to sour gas, it's not the end of the world. I can always delete it just by putting a vacuum in here and sucking it out. Or sorry, a gas pump. What I don't want to do is to start getting crude oil here. So I think this is it. As long as this crude oil doesn't get stuck in here, which did happen sometimes on my playthrough. See how it's getting stuck? This is it may be broken. Yep. Okay, so that's the problem that I ran into when I didn't start it up correctly. This might be a little bit of trial and error. You're watching the VOD. Might have to skip forward if you're not interested in this part particularly. But yeah, when I got that little pocket of oil that won't it starts to hold too much oil in that one little area. Right there. See how we got 3,600 grams? So I gotta avoid that from happening. By the way, what temperature is that? Yeah, it's just not quite. So maybe this is not hot enough. I'm grabbing some ice cream. Go ahead, Uther. Hopefully I get this figured out before you are done. So it might be that I just have to turn the temperature up. Do you need to wait for it to switch before turning on the flow? That's the part where I'm not exactly sure what I did to get it work. I think I have to turn the temperature up because right now the temperature was way too low for that crude oil, and it was just accumulating. It's basically turning into an infinite storage because it's not turning into crude oil quickly enough. Why was crude oil in that tile a problem? Because it was too cold. So I might have to do this. I might have to put like 4. I don't know. Let's try 420 here, just for now. Wait, what's the automation for this? Send the green signal if it's above 420. Okay. What's sour gas again? Sour gas is this is liquid methane. Petroleum. Sour gas is transitions to at 5. Okay, so yeah, 420 should be fine. It would turn into petroleum eventually, but in the meantime, it's creating a infinite storage out of it because the crude oil comes down and it keeps hitting that tile or keeps ending up in that tile, and then it doesn't turn to petroleum, so it breaks this. It might just not be getting hot. I might just have to shut it off and let it heat up. Hope that it doesn't break during this time. Okay, I got it now. See, it's way too cold. So it would have stopped right there. That's my problem. I got it now. I don't even have to go back that far. I think I can do it this time. This is actually awesome that we're figuring this out alive. So if anyone else is having the same issues, they can, if they build the Francis John petroleum boiler, they can use this to kind of figure it out. I'm gonna do a video on this at some point, and I'll include this troubleshooting. So this is pretty cool. Okay, so just turn this off. This might already be too far gone. Please don't break. Please don't break. Just get hot enough. Oh. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it... where it is now. I guess I could just go back and break some tiles to fix it, but... let's go back to eruption. We'll get it. We'll get it now. Now I know what the problem is. I didn't have enough lemon water to think about it. The first 5 saves. Now we're laser focused. But once we get the temperature correct, it should just keep working. But that's what I was saying before. I think it messed it up because I have too much crude oil initially to start. So let's try, this is 425, let's say. I think I had too much crude oil in here to start with. And that's why I was saying, when this blob wasn't here on my sandbox, it worked the first time. I just didn't see on the sandbox what was happening, which is kind of funny because that's the time when you think you would want to take note of that. So if it breaks this time before I start the signal switch, I will go back far enough that I can delete this one blob on top. Oh, I hate that loading screen happens at the wrong time. Oh, it's gonna be close again. I think I think I might just have too much crude oil in there. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, go back 2, I guess. I just had too much crude oil. Like I initially mentioned that a couple times throughout the stream. Oh well. Oh well. Easier to fix that than it is to fix that one tile, I think. To send the duplicate in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing. We'll use obsidian. Actually, I don't even need obsidian, but whatever. Use granite. It's more nearby. So get a duplicate in here. Hopefully this works. I feel like we've narrowed it down to the exact problem. Mop. Relocate. Just put it here for now. And then delete. Can I get that out of there? I don't really need it out of there, but I don't know if my duplicates can. No, they can't reach it. Oh well. It'll just, I mean, will it melt? No, it won't melt. Okay, 600 degrees. I might get it out of there in the future. Okay, now we're currently erupting, so now we'll save it at erupting. Okay, and here we go. Wonder how big of an impact that might make. We'll see. We shall see. It's all an experiment. Oh, they can't do that, I guess, because I took the ladders away. Unfortunate. I just hate how it saves at like literally the worst time. Maybe I gotta put this a little higher too. Let's try 430. Oh, that didn't even matter actually, because this is still like 800 degrees at the time. Yeah, it doesn't get anywhere near cool enough. Well, that blob is still there actually. Okay, I guess it was pressurized enough that it created its own blob. Do you need to remove the lower overhang tile? Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of happening again, isn't it? I might have to remove that one. Okay, you know what? But anyways, that's obviously the issue. I think if I just start this, if that didn't collect there, I think it'd be fine. Yeah, so that was my issue. On sandbox mode, I could easily get that out of there, and it's just not nearly as convenient to do that in non-sandbox mode. So yeah, let's just go back to eruption. I'll remove that overhang, and then it'll be solved, I think. It's interesting. It's so like there's so many little intricacies of this game. This is absolutely what I love about this game. It's just trying to figure out these little quirks of why something doesn't work, and you find the problem, and then you got to try to solve it without, rebuilding rebuilding everything. No one should be trapped. Okay, thank you. So we'll have to build a ladder. Probably can I use a plastic? What does this melt at? Where's the melting thing of this? 100. No, I'm not gonna use it. Just gonna use obsidian ladder. Forget it. Obsidian ladder right here. Delete this. Delete the make that. Yeah, plastic is no good. Plastic is no. What is the melting temperature of this? It's 159. Yeah, no good. Good call, Jim. All right, so that should be better. I think that's what who was the one that was talking to me about that? That was telling me this wouldn't work. Well, if I just had just not overfilled it, I think we would have been good. But I got a little bit carried away. It's my own doing. So I think that was probably the solution. Is just to not have it be too overfilled. If it doesn't work now, then basically what I have to do is get my duplicants in here. Like basically this, I think maybe just destroy this, get my duplicants to repair it as it's running, and just have the heat exchange not work as well as it could for, the very short amount of time. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I think it should be able to reach it. Does the door open? There's no cavalry on the way. And this door can stay open, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see it do its thing. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, so my next step after that would have been just to destroy this and just neglect the heat exchange for a cycle or so. But this should work now. So whoever's... I can scroll up and find that. It was either Jim or Treeman Terry, I think, that said that it wouldn't work. You were right. So whoever mentioned that it wouldn't work in the concurrent fig, totally right. We got it to working eventually. And if you build the same one as I just did, just don't overfill it with oil like I did. And oh, forgot to reconnect this. I don't know why this is not working. Hold on. Why is crude oil? It's not coming through for some reason. Why is that not coming through? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Right? Boom. Okay, should be good. Why isn't it working? Why is this stuck all of a sudden? There we go. Something wasn't connected. Anyways, silly mistake. Let's go. Let's go with the petroleum boiler. This is just to filter out any water that I might suck up, because in the simulations I was sucking up the water that was on top. It's probably no longer necessary considering it's way overfilled, but here we go. That should be it. Pretty exciting. Now let's actually watch it for a little bit, make sure that all the automation works the way it should. Absolutely should work now. We got 125, so we're heating the oil up quite a bit, but we're making sure that it's, I guess, there's enough heat in there that we're not going to have any issues. Then, of course, we have the hydro sensor set to 500. The oil pipe, just have to finish here. And yeah, we're just going to build a separate pipe, actually. I don't think it's worth trying to do it the way I intended initially. Disconnect here, disconnect here. Boilers are always a pain to get going. I've only ever got one to work. Save myself the pain and agony, just go with a petroleum refinery or cheap mid-game rockets. Yeah, that's true. They can be a little bit finicky. Totally true. Are those aluminum or gold? Those are aluminum. So we have the most possible heat exchange, the best possible heat exchange, I should say, that we can. This is kind of what's scary, because these are aluminum. So these get really close to their melting temperature. I did have these melt in the simulations as well. Obviously, the fix for it is to not have too much heat introduced into here. So there has to be enough crude oil falling to remove that heat, and there also has to be enough heat deletion or heat loss, I guess you could say, through this portion. But yeah, these did melt a little bit, so I got to keep an eye on those. That's another reason I did the saves earlier, is just in case I have to go back in here and fix it. Well, that's a good question. There's a reason I have ceramic at the end here, and that's so it doesn't flash where it's the hottest. I can also decrease this to have it at 403, which is initially what I had it at. So I wouldn't put as much heat into here, but if that does happen, which is a very good point, I can just build more insulated pipe here. But this is why this is initially built out of insulation. Or sorry, ceramic. Because the crude oil this area does get very, very hot, and it might flash at this point. This part here should be okay. Like 385, I think should be okay. We have a little bit of crude oil starting to develop here, so I think I might have to raise it to 410. That's not good. I don't like that. We have too much crude oil here. This might be too cold. This might be too cold. Might have a problem here. I may have been too slow on that. Oh, never mind. Let's see. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. Well, I think this is good. No, it's okay, Jim. I appreciate the question. It helps me think about it as well. I seldomly do I build something like this, so this is kind of interesting to me as well. One thing that I have to be mindful of is that this magma is, as you can see right now, we still have 15 cycles to wait before we get more magma out of this. So, okay, there it is. We got some heat damage. Let's go ahead and... So one thing that we have to be mindful of as well is that this oil is going to keep coming, but if I don't have the heat coming from the magma, we're also going to have problems with that as well. So let's go ahead and make some more ceramic. Ceramic piping here. Hopefully I don't get any crude oil in the way there. Well, now it's going to have heat damage everywhere because my duplicates are very slow to getting here. might have to take care of that too by rewinding a cycle. The ceramic has to go back 10 steps with aluminum? Really? Wow. I mean, we're not doing ourselves any favors by continuing to run it, so let's let our duplicates fix it. And then... yeah, let's just get this all fixed, and then we'll see. So like I was saying, one of the problems that we have to be aware of is that this is going to continue flowing, but this takes 16 cycles to erupt again. So we kind of have to put it in some sort of... these are going to be crowded, aren't they? We have to have some sort of provisions in place where this shuts off if there's no more magma in here. So I think I can probably get my duplicates in here right now, build a magma, what's it called? A magma liquid element sensor here, let's say, and then have it connected via automation to this. So it might be something to sort of look into as far as this goes. Obviously not building it out of gold. Building it out of steel probably is a much better option. And then have this connected via steel to here. There's no magma. I might want to shut this off. Maybe even put it on a buffer. So maybe we'll bypass it. We'll leave ourselves provisions to leave this on a buffer sensor. And then I don't think I need... yeah, I don't think I need gold inside here. In fact, what's cobalt melt at? Yeah, I'm good with cobalt here. And then maybe I'll put a buffer sensor here so I still have some amount of petroleum coming in. This is actually very hot too. You might be right on that, Jim. How far it has to go back. But, well, it's not catastrophic to have a break. So if it flashes, I just have to rebuild the pipe. I can always lower the heat as well. I did increase the heat a little bit, thinking I might need to do it. Perhaps I don't have to get this to be this high. When you run higher energy exchange pipes like aluminum instead of gold, copper, your runs can be much shorter. Yeah, that's totally true. This is... I left myself more than enough slack. I call it slack, but I left myself more than enough room so I can always change it to ceramic and make the run shorter, but it's very hard to make it longer. I'd have to build more and vacuum it out and all that, right? So I feel like having more than enough is always better because you can shorten it a lot easier just by changing the run to ceramic. But having it needing to be expanded is a lot more difficult. That's my rationale for that. It's kind of like IRL electrical. Just always leave yourself more wire than necessary, and you can always cut the wire, but you can't add on to it. So we're gonna add some obsidian here. Obsidian ladders, I should say. And yeah, these can go directly in the magma, right? Yeah, 27. Oh yeah. So we'll do something like that, and then we can get up to here. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Like, super excited that this is kind of working. A little bit of touch and go, you know, took a little while. Yeah, super happy that this looks like it's coming together. So really what I have to work on now is this, the petroleum has to go up to the top. So let's continue to get our duplicates. Not ceramic. I can definitely get away with not ceramic. Go up and up and up. And this is a little bit of a problem. Got some weird piping going on here. I want to try to make this look neat as possible. So I could just probably go across. Put this liquid bridge here. I built this out of ceramic, huh? Okay, put that there. Put this here. I don't need ceramic. Put it like that. We'll move all that stuff over, and then we'll continue to build like so. And then we'll go right into the petroleum outlet. I don't even know what this does, but I don't think I need it. I think it's long gone. I don't think I need that. And then I'll go around, yeah. Going around seems like a lot better. Then I'll switch it into here. Just like that. Okay, so we used to send the FNG. I love that, the FNGs. To get the wire stretcher. I love it. I love it. How long were you an electrician for, Jim? Let's make sure it's going okay. It's going okay. Oh, I have to let them in here. I suppose this could be only like a year, and I dropped out of college. I dropped out of college the first time. Is there a reason you decided not to continue it? Just curious, not trying to. So I spent most of the time as the FNG. Yeah, so you know all about that then. Yeah, good times, good times. Always fun in the trade. Yeah, it's not. I definitely wouldn't recommend getting hit with any amount of voltage. Some boilers I've seen use stairs, which allow you a complete access. You can build yours with two. Yeah, I've seen those too. Those I haven't built before, so I'd have to go and do some experimenting as far as the what am I trying to say? Experimenting as far as sandbox mode goes with that. Okay, and then we'll just disconnect here, disconnect here, disconnect here. In fact, I could just disconnect all this and then disconnect this. And then just go like that. Not sandstone. You crazy? Because someone else turned the power back on? No, you're joking, right? That's crazy that someone would do that to you, Jim. Like, that's not funny at all. Like, I know I laughed there, but I didn't think it actually happened. That's insane. I mean, you could literally have died if that actually happened. That's wild. I would have probably quit too. That was the case. Okay, so it seems to be a little bit more tolerant now that we've lowered the temperature here. We're at 406, and then by the time we get to this pipe, it's 397.2. So we'll keep an eye on that. It wasn't a joke. Seriously, holy, that's insane. I was working in a building where I was installing lighting, but there were like other contractors and plumbers and stuff. That's actually the worst, is the fact when other contractors do it and they don't, like, you turn the breaker off for a reason. Oh, I shouldn't have mined that out. That's gonna mess everything up. I just needed to get this open, so I needed to bump it. So now it's going to stall it a bit, but it's okay. One second, I will catch up with the chat in 1 second. I just want to make sure that this goes okay. So now, oh, no, I have to get this. As soon as this goes, I have to get my duplicate to fix that. They turned the power back on without checking if anyone was working. That's insane that they would do that. I guess back when you were working, they didn't have lockout tagout, which prevents that from happening now. Like, we literally lock out the breakers with a padlock, so nobody can do that. That's just absolutely wild. I can't believe they would do that to you. So there we go. This is the part where we're going to have to stop it, because we're going to basically simulate what would happen if there was no magma here, like there's no magma now. And we have to shut this off, because eventually we're going to use up all the heat. And then we're just pumping crude oil. So probably we'll just shut it off now. Yeah, it's already 401. It's already too low. This was the late 90s. Didn't have that. That's crazy. Yeah, probably turned off a lot of people from the trade when guys would be so negligent. Yeah, I apologize for laughing. That's not funny at all. I thought you were just joking. One reed fiber will handle 20 dupe bath and showers for overflow. So yeah, I've been just running this on for the whole game. It seems to be doing all right, but that's good to know. So I could basically just take these out. Maybe once it's done, I'll harvest it and then just have the one, so I can save some space. It's good to know, Dinas. Thank you for Dean ES. Thank you so much for that little bit of tidbit. In the trade industry, all rules are written in blood. That's unfortunately very true. It's very sad, because, you know, like, we all have families to get back to, and, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, you laugh about it now, but you could have literally died there, and that's very scary. But it's one of those things that, like, it's funny to tell the story, I guess, but not very fun in the moment that it happens. So there we go. Petroleum boiler seems to be okay. Definitely run the tank just in case the temperature. Yeah, we'll have the tank for sure, but I thought I would need at least 2. I just had 4 as a just in case. So I'll delete a couple, since I don't even need these anymore. Actually, these can all go. This was all infrastructure that was previously designed for other things, so that can all go. I work for the railroad. Lots of rules and blood in there. Oh, I can only imagine. Like, yeah, that's not fun. And anytime I work on stuff at home, I do something stupid to get hit with 110. I joke about it. Yeah, 110's not that bad. I mean, it can still kill you if enough amps flow through your body, but yeah, it's definitely, I've gotten hit with 110 before on my own because of my own doing. You know, you're working live in a panel and just want to get something done because it's quicker, and then boom. Actually, I'll do some show and tell. I have all my pliers saved that I've cut into live wires with before. So if there's any electrical inspectors watching, please don't look me up. But yeah, I have pliers with big notches in them. See if I can find one really quick. Just gonna wait till it saves. He made some strange wired strippers. Okay, I'm gonna see if I have one lying around that has. They might be too far. I usually use them for like hobbies because they're useless for everything else. Nikolov says, "See you next time, peeps. It's 5:30. Time to sleep. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and I hope you enjoyed the first go at the petroleum boiler. See you next time, Nikolov. Thank you so much for joining." Okay, we're gonna get the wire strippers, and hopefully. Okay, I do not have wire strippers near me. I have to get dressed and go to the Oh no. Oh no. This is the fault of what we're doing here. I'd have to go get dressed to go to the garage to get them. So I'm not gonna get them today, but maybe we'll do some show and tell next time. Yeah, sorry, Nico. I didn't mean to keep you up. Sorry about that. Not that kind of stripper. I'm gonna write it down, and I won't have it for next stream, but I'll have it for maybe another stream. We'll do some electrical show and tell. In case, I know Jim knows what I'm talking about, but in case someone else is sort of new to electrical and hasn't seen a lot of stuff before, we'll show you what it looks like when you cut into live wires in your house. Not by actually cutting it in. We'll show you what the scars that they leave on the tools. Okay, so I'm gonna be on for another half an hour or so. So for those of you who are joining me live, thank you so much for being here with me, and really hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. We'll be on for another half an hour, and I'll just do some tinkering around with this, and then, you know, just kind of make sure that everything's running okay before we move on. I have to fix this now because now I've sort of messed it up. This should be okay to just open up and fill in. And then, yeah, we'll do some modifications, maybe build that sensor. Yes, I exactly, DNS. That's exactly what I need to do. I have a couple already here. Where is it? There. Yeah, I have some here. I need to put some more in some more obvious places. I guess maybe right here. I need to have more airflow in my open areas. That's kind of one of the problems I'm running into. So maybe just right here, we'll build a couple. That's 4. And then we'll do this. We'll do some airflow. I don't know if that's overkill, but you know what? I like overkill. I fell asleep, woke up, and now I can't sleep again. Well, this might be the perfect place to hang out, Angry. Hey, we got our petroleum boiler up and running. It's just on pause right now because this has stopped erupting. But thank you for the thumbs up there. Really appreciate it. And really appreciate you stopping by on Twitch as well. Twitch is my YouTube viewership is really good. I'm happy with how that's going. And I was just able to get affiliate not too long ago on Twitch. So the Twitch streams have been sort of up. I know I only have 3 viewers right now, but I just got affiliate last weekend, and I'm really happy about that. So it's been slowly climbing. So thank you for joining me on Twitch and supporting over there. Time for some rockets. Exactly, Treeman Terry. Let's start doing some. And then we won't get to any rockets today because I do have to go to sleep soon. Busy day tomorrow, so it is time for rockets. That's probably tomorrow's stream, to be honest. But you know what we can do? We can start building the petroleum engine. Do I have the petroleum engine? Small petroleum engine. Why do I not have? Oh, it's blocked. Okay, probably because of this. Probably because of that too. Okay, let's go ahead and start deleting some of this stuff. Don't need any of this. Don't need this. Oh, I don't need obsidian. Kind of overkill, isn't it? They've already built it. Hey, Hangry Pixels cheered. Oh, my screen is too small to see. Let me just blow that up. Thank you so much, Hangry Pixels. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. You're my first ever person to cheer. I gotta go on open my Twitch. I'm using the Here we go. Thank you, Hangry Pixels, for getting us started with 100 cheers. Thank you so much. That is so awesome. You are the very first person to ever cheer. Really appreciate it. Super grateful for that. I think I was trying to blow up the screen so I could see you on my OBS, but because I don't have the Twitch chat, I didn't have the Twitch chat open. I do have it open now. Well, that's so cool. Thank you so much. I gotta put a leaderboard up there as well. I know I'm not used to getting not used to monetary support, so I don't have any of that up there, which is okay. Like it's like I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's not something that I want to be like asking for or anything. But I do have to put something up there to recognize the people who are contributing, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, so multi-streaming is quite confusing. I'm using Restream.io, and so I just have the Restream chat open, and then I have like a tab open in the background where I can see YouTube and Twitch. I'm actually tried streaming. I'm on Kick as well, but Kick, I guess they just don't care about Oxygen Not Included because I've never ever had a Kick viewer. I have like one Kick viewer. I'm pretty sure that's me. But that's okay. I'm not expecting to grow on Kick It's just I have the option available to try stream, so that's why I do it. Space above rocket is... Oh, is it this? This might be... Oh, it's so big it might be this stuff that's blocking it. Might have to get jetpacks. That's honestly what I think I need to do. Set up some jetpacks here, and then that might be the easiest thing. You might have more luck on Facebook instead of... You're probably right, Chaos. Probably right. I can change that, yeah. I didn't... It's kind of funny because Kick is like... I don't know if you're supposed to talk about that if you're Twitch affiliate, but I was gonna say like Kick is like trying to like take over the some of the market share. I'll do it anyway, just out of since I've already started. I think they were trying to like take over the market share, but they haven't done a very good job, I don't think, in terms of the gaming side. Like the gambling streams are really popular, I think, on there, or whatever other type of content is available, but the gaming side just doesn't seem to do very well for many people. I think I've seen on Reddit that Twitch is the discoverability is way easier. But anyways, I don't know enough to speak on that. That's just like secondhand information. I'm just streaming on there because I have the option available, and it's not causing me any... Yeah, exactly. I don't think it is like too much for me. Hopefully I didn't ruin the stream layout here. That should be okay. Don't jetpacks cause lag? Yes, they do. They do indeed, and they're super slow. But it might be the best way to like remove this stuff here. Hey, thank you so much, Deannis, for subscribing on YouTube. Really appreciate it. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Now, I'm curious, since you're here, DNS, or Denius, sorry, I've been butchering that for a long time, this Denius. Are you, I'm just trying to understand, because I'm new to this Streamlabs thing. Are you hitting like the subscribe button? Like you haven't been subscribed to the channel yet? Because I've seen you around before. So am I just showing up in your feed on YouTube, or which button did you hit to do that? Or how did you discover my stream if you're not subscribed? I hope it's not too big of a deal to ask. I'm just trying to figure out how it works on YouTube, because I know Twitch, like if you're looking for Ani content, you just click Ani, like the games, right? And you see who's streaming. But with YouTube, it's a little bit different, because YouTube doesn't have like a big live section in the same way that Twitch does. So if you could shed some insight on that, in terms of just how you discovered me if you weren't subscribed. If I'm just popping up in your feed, if I'm just popping up in your feed, that's awesome, because that means that the algorithm is like helping me out in that sense, pushing me to new viewers. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there. Still can't build because this is, yeah, so jetpack, yeah, like I was saying, jetpacks might be the solution for this. But for now, we'll just try to deconstruct everything, just build it like this. Put it on 9 so it's taking forever. I don't think I think I can get rid of this now. Yeah, they do Treementary, but if I was thinking if I could build them in like if I could build them behind a locked door and only let my duplicates use them when I absolutely need to, like for situations like this, I think that might be worth it. Let me just go on YouTube here, and I never do this. I don't do this enough, but I should check my YouTube more often during the streams. I just get so into the streams themselves that I never go and look at the live analytics of what's happening. So if I go to, sorry, I'm just talking to myself here. Oh, meteor shower. Okay, those things are closed. I need to get... Why isn't this being built? Oh, did I get hit or something? Sorry about the silence right now. I'm just kind of going through the video. I'm almost about like near the end of the stream. Gotta go. Thanks for the fun. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you subscribing. Yeah, again, sorry for the silence. I'm almost at the end of the stream, so we'll have to wrap it up here. I just wanted to check something while we're still on. Okay, anyways. One more, I think, and it should be good. Be out of the... Yeah, I think we should be okay to build it after. Space above rocket blocked. All right, well, it's not blocked anymore. What is blocked now? Is it this? It might be that. You just keep deleting stuff until I get it. This is I'm still waiting on that. Yeah, I meant to do the automation for this a long time ago. So I gotta put in a filter gate here. Oh, I want it yellow. Do it yellow. And then we'll do yellow here. And then we'll kind of bypass. We should do an OR gate. Yeah, we'll do an OR gate. Okay, now we can build it, finally. So here we go. Our petroleum engine is being built. So it was those two little blocks there. Significantly bigger than the carbon dioxide engine. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it. I'm getting sort of sleepy, losing focus. Let's just do a quick recap. So we got the petroleum boiler up and running. That was really, really cool. Pretty excited about that. Now we just have to build the automation to continue to sustain it. So hopefully this filter gate sort of does that. So basically the idea here is if there's no magma here, this will trigger the filter gate to shut off this liquid vent after a certain amount of time that so the oil can stop running. Otherwise, if it continues to run, then we're going to flood this with oil. So we also might do something where maybe we see maybe we can I was probably just trying to think if it's like viable to bring up, if it would be viable to bring up magma and put some more magma in here. So this is like a constant thing. We'll see. I gotta go to bed too. Glad I caught in the stream. Well, thank you so much, Jim. I had a great time chatting with you tonight. And yeah, I need to stop lollygagging in my current build and go ahead and build a petroleum boiler for real. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. And if you do build the stair method, then it's something that I think I'll try in the future. Like I said, I've never built the stair method. I had a lot of fun building this one. It went a lot better than I thought it would have. We got it going pretty early. So yeah, we're just gonna put it on low speed here while I talk to you guys. Yeah, Uther, thank you so much for being here for a very long time. Really appreciate the support. Dean ES, really appreciate you being here as well. Dreamland Terry, thank you so much for recommending the petroleum boiler. I had a lot of fun. And now it's time for rockets. Next stream, we're going to space. Next stream is most likely tomorrow. I think, like, I'm usually here Saturday night. Should be able to get on tomorrow, no problem. Just have some things to do during the day, so should be all right. Other than that, yeah, the plan is just to go to space now. The plan is to go for endgame. Got a petroleum rocket to infinity and beyond. Yes. Thoric, thank you so much for being here as well. Angry Pixels, thank you for coming back, and thank you for being the first ever person to cheer. It means so much to me, and hopefully I get to catch you on stream next time you're on, and I get to repay the favor. I would really hope I get to see you on soon. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be going to space on the Sat 4. Huh. The Sat 4, that's interesting. Kind of like the Saturn 5. Any Saturn 5 fans out there? Chaos, thank you for being here on Twitch as well. Really appreciate the support over there. Yeah, glad to see you growing. Thank you so much. I need to do a lot of branding on there. Even on YouTube, custom pixels. Somebody recommended, it might have been you, Hangry. I don't know if it was you, but somebody recommended to get emojis on Etsy. And I looked into that. There's a lot of options. So there's a lot of branding I gotta work on. Again, it's just a time thing during the day. It's procrastination, time, work, all that adult stuff that I would forego. And the Nightbot on Twitch, yeah, the Nightbot. All that. I do need the Nightbot because I keep getting those buy viewers, people, bots spamming. So I need to get rid of those. Luckily, Twitch chat is not too. Wasn't you, but Etsy's a great spot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. I just want some reason for, like, if people want to support with like their Prime sub or whatever, I want them to have something other than like the ad-free experience that they get in return. So it's all part of the growing process, figuring these little things out and just having the time to implement them. Everyone else who joined the stream tonight, I'm going to scroll up and just say goodnight to everyone. So Hangry, Chaos, thank you guys on Twitch for supporting. Thork, Jim, I think Jim has already left, I think. Denius has already left. Thank you so much for being here, Uther. Thank you. Treeman Terry, Kevin Brown was here at the beginning of the stream, as always. Nico, Nikolaev, thank you for coming by. And if I do miss you, I apologize. I do scroll quite quickly just to try to get through the list. There's a lot of chatting tonight, which was great. That guy, Jaws, thank you guys so much for supporting. And that guy was here on Twitch as well. Kiki was here for a little bit. Don't know if they're still here, but yeah, that's awesome. Then I have all this spam. I don't know if this was like deleted or what's going on there, but yeah. So we had a lot of people come by. Oh, an Okan was here in the beginning. Yeah, Okan was here in the beginning. Thank you so much, Okan, if you're watching the VOD, for stopping by tonight. I hope I see you again soon. And that might be, yeah, that was everyone. So not yet, but about to. Good night. Have a great night, Jim. And I will be, like I said, I will be on tomorrow, like 99% chance. Just in case I'm not, I will let you know on the community post or in the Discord. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for your support. And I will see you in the next stream or next video. Whichever comes first. Probably stream, because there's no way I'm getting a video out tomorrow. So I don't even know why I'm mentioning that.